Hello and welcome to Veggie Patch Ideas. Today we'll give you a little bit of an update of what's been happening. So last week we sowed hot stuff in our heated propagator, and it occurred to me that not everyone has got a heated propagator. So we're going to find a workaround for you. Will work, and I actually need it because I've had around 3 or 4 chilies germinate, and that's it out of the whole lot. So I need to sow some more, but we're going to do it in a little bit different. So got this from my missus's kitchen, so she'll be looking for a Tupperware and she'll say, where have they all gone? And between me and you, we know. Right, so we're going to sow peppers, and these are the sweet California, and they haven't germinated in my house at all, so we're going to do it a different way. So these are the sweet peppers. We're going to try these, and we're going to sow some more jalapeno peppers. How do you do it, you ask? Well, Tupperware and a bit of kitchen roll. Place a kitchen roll into the Tupperware, and then we dampen it down. That'll do. We want to put our seeds in. Now, if you are doing multiple plants or multiple seeds, you can label it as you go. And I'm going to do 2 packets, so let's spread these out. And then the chilies. Now what you do with this is, if we can, write a label. So chilies that side and peppers that side. Now we fold the kitchen towel over and we spray again. Now once you have this, put the lid on, so keep the moisture in, and we'll pop this on a lovely warm radiator in the house, and we'll give it a week. And once you start to see germination in the seed, so after 5 or 6 days, lift the lid up, look for germination, and at that point you then transfer it into your pots and it will romp off all germinated for you. So I would again leave it in the house still, let it come up through the soil, and then you're onto a winner, and then you don't need your heated propagator. So this method, it works really well. If you have a nice warm house, absolutely perfect. For me, not so much, because once the kids are at school and I'm just mulling around here, I don't put the heating on when I'm home. So it goes from a warm house to a cold house to a warm house, and it goes yo-yo heating. So for me, it's probably not the best, but we'll try it and hopefully we'll get germination. These seeds need at least 16 degrees to germinate, and the house is definitely that. So fingers crossed, and we'll check up again in another 5 days. You're looking for a little curl of a root or a little mold-like appearance to the seed, and you know it's started to germinate. That's when you get it into the soil. Also, I forgot last week. Well, I found a packet out as I was sorting through my seeds, we're going to sow something for the polytunnel, and this is sugar snap peas. And let me find a tray or something. Doesn't need to be much, so one of these lovely garden centre trays. Sugar snap peas. Now these are 2 years, so they're out of date this year. So let's get this full, and again it's just multi-purpose compost, nothing special. And we'll get all of these I'll put them all into this tray because I want them gone. I have backups for later successions, but this will be the first one and it will be undercover. So polytunnel or greenhouse. How many do I have? Quite a few. So we'll fill this tray up. Now if you are leaving peas outside, just be careful. Mice will take them. So these will be going indoors just to get them germinated and started off, and then they'll come out into the greenhouse to get them well established and then into a polytunnel. We'll give these a water and a label. So sugar snap, and these will be the first harvest, hopefully around May. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the weather treats us, but that will go to watering. Now, the seeds that you do have, once they establish, they're going to come up and they're going to be ready for pricking out. Now mine in my house, they all germinated, and I'll show you the tray, but it's absolutely fantastic. But as the light levels are still low, we're going to have to turn our attention to grow lights. And what I've got here is my setup. It isn't what I'm going to be using long term, but it's a great starter setup. Now, I'll link where I got them from. But they're very low wattage and I can run them off a power bank if needed. So in the greenhouse, if I want power at the minute, because I don't have any power up here, I can use a power bank. And it's just, I would use them just to stretch that daylight hours out. So 2 hours at night, stretch it out a bit. Or if you want a bit longer or you want healthier plants, go for as long as you can. And if you have power, they don't cost that much to run, so you know you could leave them on 24 hours if you want. But that's all we do. We plug the power bank in and we fire it up, and that will get that grow light onto those seedlings, and it'll stop those seedlings going leggy. And a leggy seedling means it just gets a very, very long stem with a little head on top, and it looks ridiculous. It looks like it's going to fall down. And that's exactly what will happen. If they get too long, they'll just fall over and it'll be a wasted plant. So mine, like I said, next week, ready for pricking out. And then I'll put them under these grow lights out here in the greenhouse, but I will keep an eye on the temperatures. I have a weather station, absolutely fantastic actually. I can see when the temperature drops at night. So if that's the case, I will be fleecing them over. At the minute, it's still very, very hit and miss with the weather. So just want them days to tick on by to the end of January and hope things get better. But that's my grow light setup. Nice and simple and easy to do. And it runs off your USB. So what more do you want? Like I said, sugar snaps going in the polytunnel. And that's it. I think we're all caught up, short and sweet, and we'll see you next time.